Good evening, everyone, and welcome all to this session on deepening the silence. My name is Viraj Talpade, and I live in sunny San Diego, California, with my family, who's seated beside me. On my left is my wife, Kiona, and our two little kids who are an integral part of our meditation experience. And on my right, I have Saranya. She's 10 years old. And on my left, my son, Adara, who is 8. The inspiration for tonight's session on strengthening our attention, deepening our attention, came from the fact that they've just had a really short summer and are back in school. So as we were preparing for the school week and the chaos that ensues every morning, we instructed them and kind of made a pact that the time we take to meditate in the mornings is going to be something that we dedicate. But we started to see as this week has progressed that the transition from that scattered kind of rush that we're in to get ready for the day to when we sit down to meditate before we head off was definitely a source of question and difficulty. And so they're kind of the inspiration for today's meditation. We're going to share our experience on some tips and tricks we can use to prepare our attention for that ultimate experience of pure silence, as well as to guide the attention into the realm of silence. So with that, this is just a brief introduction. We're going to start as we normally do with a foot soak. We'll also have ice packs that we utilize to cool down our right channel that gets heated up and our liver. And so that's something, if you haven't already seen the slides, please take a moment to prepare. And then the rest of the session, we're going to have the kids come back, but we have some musical performances to share with you. Music has always been a part of our meditative journey. And so that's something we all enjoy as a way to express the joy in our spirit. So that's something we'd like to share with you later this evening. But to start, let's go ahead and prepare our foot soaks. And we'll just take a minute before we get started. The journey of our attention begins even before we raise our kundalinis, we put ourselves in bandhan, in all those preparatory steps. One of the exercises that I found very effective is even as we sit down, we're transitioning from this scattered attention that's been outside. We come home from work, we come into our house, we have our dinner, and then we prepare to meditate. But how do we transition into that state of meditation? So even before we start with the foot soak, why don't we get started with an exercise to guide our attention to that state? So let's hold out our hands, place them facing up on our lap, And we can close our eyes. When we open our hands and close our eyes, we signal very subtly to our Mother Kundalini, Mother, I am prepared to be in a state of meditation. I am prepared to receive the cooling, nourishing vibrations generated during my time here. So let's take a moment to pay attention to our hands. They're the conduit by which we experience the subtle flow of the vibrations. All the chakras are represented on our fingertips, on the palm of our hands, on the base of the palms. Let's take a moment. It is critical that we not just experience or feel vibrations, but to enable the nourishing quality of our Mother Kundalini, that we actively absorb these vibrations. So, and that is another aspect of our attention, the difference between feeling and absorbing. So with our attention, let us take a few seconds to pull the vibrations in to our fingertips, to the palm of our hands, to the base of our palms, the attention seeks a place to rest. So for this exercise, let us bring our attention to our heart. The vibrations flow through our fingertips, through our hands. They fill our heart as our attention settles. When our attention is established in our heart, this helps us to identify with our spirit and the disconnect from our ego, from our conditionings, from all the thoughts trying to distract us is automatic. Now that the vibrations are established on our hands, with our attention, with the deliberate use of our attention, we can collectively raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandhan. We always tell the kids, we tell ourselves, be deliberate with the attention. Let us remember that the hands continue to absorb these vibrations and signal us with the flow of the vibrations. So now, before we put our feet in the foot soak, let's take our hands. Let's place them over the water. And let's ask this Kundalini energy within us. Mother, please fully awaken the power of these elements, the water and the salt, to absorb all the imbalances within me. Attention on the fingertips. You may feel vibrations begin to flow from your hands to vibrate, to awaken these elements. Let us place our feet in the water. We'll return our attention to our heart on the left side of the chest. The flow of vibrations that we call the Param Chaitanya continues from our hands to nourish the heart. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the spirit. My identity is the spirit. I am not just this body, this mind. I am not my ego nor my conditioning. I am simply the manifestation of pure love, which is the spirit. We've offered this affirmation countless times, but we can actualize with our attention the becoming of the spirit. As we continue to absorb the vibrations generated on our hands into our heart, let us ask the Kundalini energy within us. Mother, please remove from my heart all the negative energies I may have absorbed this day. Please remove all the lust, the greed, anger, jealousy, hate, insecurities, fear, pride, and jealousies. All the negativity that weakens the spirit. Please, Mother Kundalini, remove from my heart. And please fill my heart with love for the divine, love for all mankind, with our attention. Let us activate this by continuing to actively absorb from our hands the cooling vibrations generated by the Kundalini, and from our heart we can push down towards our feet into the foot soak. All that tries to bother the spirit. Push through the feet into the water. Continue to pay attention to the flow of the vibrations absorbed by the hands. Direct them with your attention to your heart. Direct them with your attention to your Kundalini, the base of the spine. Simultaneously, with your attention, push any distractions out of your mind, out of your heart, through your feet, into the foot soak. As the vibrations from our hands energize the Kundalini, try to experience the spark of coolness at the base of the spine. With complete humility, let us ask, O Mother Kundalini, please ascend along all my chakras, all the energy centers, along my spine. Mother, please bring me into a state of thoughtless awareness, Mother, please bring our collective attention into Sahasrara, the energy center at the top of our head. Mother, we ask with complete humility, please bring our collective attention into Sahasrara. Guide your attention along your spine until it rests effortlessly above your head. A great way to guide our attention is, again, to continue using our hands. So before we open our eyes, let us raise our hand, our right hand, just above our head, about 3 inches. O Mother Kundalini, please may I feel the full power of your manifestation. Please may I experience the cool breeze generated by your ascent. Please, Mother Kundalini, actualize my connection to my spirit. Please give me yoga. We can bring our hand back to our lap. Slowly open our eyes. Before we step out of the foot soak, let's take a few more seconds to test our attention. Again, in a deliberate manner, we can look at the photograph of Shri Mataji in front of us with our eyes open, but not allowing our attention to wander. The flow of vibrations continues in our hands, continues above our head, regardless of whether our eyes are open or not. Let us ensure that we feel better than before we started the foot soak. This represents a progress, an ascent in our awareness, and proves to us in ourselves, in our hearts, the effectiveness of the foot soak. So we'll all take a few moments to rinse our feet and move our foot soak buckets to the side. And then we'll continue with our meditation exercise. Before we began, we'd requested that everyone prepare their ice packs. The ice pack is a simple technique described by Shri Mataji that we use to cool down our liver, that is the seat of our attention. So let's take a moment to place the ice pack on our liver, on the right side of our stomach. Let us hold out our hands, open on our laps. Once again, bring our attention to the flow of the Param Chaitanya, the vibrations generated by our collective Kundalinis when we meditate together. Shri Mataji has described that as yogis, as meditators, our job is to not only absorb, but to become emitters, instruments for the flow of these vibrations of positivity all around us. When we purify our attention, we allow the dissolution of our ego and our conditionings. And this allows our attention to become thoughtless. The first aspect to establishing stable attention is to awaken the quality of gravity within us. The quality of gravity is established in the Muladhara Chakra, the first energy center at the very base of our spine. So let us bring our collective attention to our Muladhara Chakra, where your seat meets the chair. Let the vibrations flowing from our hands, nourishing the Kundalini, trickle down to the base of our spine. Mother Kundalini, please nourish my Muladhara Chakra and bless me with the gravity of attention. The element that is represented in this chakra is the earth element, and hence the quality of gravity is a blessing of this energy center. Let us now slowly raise the attention to the second energy center on the right side. On the right side of our belly, corresponding to the Swadhisthana chakra, is the liver, the seat of our attention. Mother Kundalini, please cool down my liver. Please purify my attention. Please stabilize my attention. The Kundalini imparts some cooling qualities to the Swadhisthana chakra. So we'll offer the following cooling affirmations with our complete attention on our liver. Let us remember the flow of vibrations absorbed from our hands, channeled to the energy center with our attention. Mother, please cool down my heated right side like the icy regions of the Himalayas. Mother, please cool down my liver with the cooling light of the moon. Mother, please give me pure attention. Mother, verily you remove all the heat of my overthinking mind from my liver, from my right side. Mother, on a collective level, You are the one that destroys all the heat and all the tension created among human beings due to the activity of the ego and the sympathetic nervous system. Mother, verily you are the restorative power that cools down my liver and my attention. Mother, verily you are the one who helps to relax and dissolve all of our thinking. Mother, verily you are working within us to relax all the overactivity of our liver and our brain. Let us now, one final time, raise the attention all the way to the top of our head, to our Sahasrara Chakra. If you find it effective, you're welcome to use your hand, just taking the right hand from the base of the torso, bringing the attention up to the Sahasrara. You can stretch your fingers and place the palm of your hand on our scalp. We can massage our scalp in a clockwise direction. Bend our heads down with the chin to the chest. Mother, please establish my attention in the realm of thoughtless awareness. Now let us bring both our hands back on our lap, but leave our attention at the top of the head. We'll watch a short clip from 1987 where Shri Mataji speaks about the power of attention and how the Kundalini that is born within us actualizes this attention.
Now, how to keep in the center is the problem nowadays. Because there are so many alterations to our attention all the time, we have to alter it. Today, I have to say TV, then there's a politics going on, then this is going on, that is going on. Our mind is all the time changing from one to another, skipping from one to another. We are living in a very hectic type of world where our attention is not at all steady in the center. It cannot remain. At this juncture, thank God, the modern Sahaja Yoga was born or was found out. Formerly, one or two persons used to get realization. Very few people used to get realization. At the beginning of the tree of life, I should say. But I thought in those days of complete chaos and such a lot of pressures on people. They have no time to go to Himalayas and work it out. You have to have something very instant. But there was a problem with it. Supposing you try to enlighten people and they just get a wee bit, then what happens? Formerly they used to cleanse the body, everything, for years together and ultimately give the realization to one person, good for nothing. Nobody understood any incarnations, great prophets or saints, because they talked of some another world. That's why they crucified Christ or gave poison to Muhammad Sahib, did all kinds of things all over the world. With Sahaja Yoga, this mechanism is activated, where you have got this Kundalini, the power that manifests your self-realization. She is a power, I call it she, because it's the mother's power. She is your mother. She gives you birth, so she is your mother. And she is your individual mother. She takes all problems upon herself. Every time I have been giving lectures, people ask, but we have read in such and such book that Kundalini rising gives troubles. I just don't know. Either they are negative people who are trying to keep you away from reality, or maybe they don't know what Kundalini is. She is your mother, waiting all these days within yourself this power. In 3.5 coils, because there's some mathematics about it. And she is activated, then she rises. Just like a primule in a seed. As soon as you put the seed in the Mother Earth and nourish it with little water, in the same way with little love, the divine love, she is activated and she starts rising. With your naked eyes, in some people who have obstructions in the lower chakras, you can see clearly the pulsation at the triangular bone. With your naked eyes, you can see it clearly. Imagine a bone pulsating like a heart. And you can see the rising, and you can see its obstruction where it stops. Supposing you are a liver patient, it will go to your liver first, informing that first liver should be corrected. Or maybe if you are a great seeker, then she shoots off, comes out of your fontanelle bone area, but again she descends back to the problems where she has to attend. It's a very practical thing to understand. Sahaja Yoga, you cannot pay for it. It's nonsense. How can you pay for anything that is living? When you pay for God, or somebody says I am God or this and that, you pay money. I have been telling you, I've been here 4 times before. Every year I was telling you, you can't pay for God. God doesn't understand money. This is your headache. Why do you want to pay for anything that is living process? But nobody liked me at that time. To such an extent that in England they told me that Anglo-Saxon brain cannot understand anything without money. I was surprised, who has made this brain? God has made or somebody else? You cannot pay for it. That is the first criteria. It's your own right to have it. It's Sahaja, born with you. And when she rises, she pierces through all these 6 chakras. The one chakra is below her, which guards the movement of the Kundalini completely, and rises through 6 chakras and pierces through the 6th chakra, giving you a cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Now, no one knows who is Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost is the power of God. is the desire of God, and she is reflected as Kundalini in the triangular bowl. That desire is the pure desire within us. All our desires are impure because they never give us satisfaction. Economics says that in general, wants are not satiable. So now we have got the knowledge about the mechanism, but it must work. For example, in this hall you see beautiful lights are there, and you must have just put one switch and everything must have manifested. But there's a mechanism behind it, a history behind it. All these centers are the milestones of our evolution. The last one is this. Is the limbic area, which is called as Sahasrara. If you cut the brain horizontally, you can see as if you have cut a lotus. And the inner part is a vacuum, which is the limbic area. So this Kundalini enters into the limbic area, opens from both the sides, this calyx, or the outside of this lotus, and pierces through that. Now what is the calyx that we have formed? Are two balloon-like growths within us. One is the ego. When we work, when we do anything, we always think we have done it. Now just see what we have done. It's dead to dead. For example, from some tree they must have made this platform, which was a dead tree, made another dead thing. From something dead they have made the chairs. Now if you are sitting on the chairs, you can't sit on the ground. The chair sits on our head. Wherever you move, you have to take the chair with you, otherwise you can't sit. So this matter is trying to overpower us. That's all. This is the ego that builds within us. We have done nothing but just changed forms from dead to dead. Here I am talking about transforming a human being into a new human being, into a human being where there is spiritual light. In Sanskrit language, a person who is a realized soul is called as Dvijaha, means born twice. And also a bird is called as a Dvijaha, meaning the bird also comes as an egg and then becomes the bird. In the same way, we get a transformation, and that transformation brings us to a position where we are in absolute status, in absolute condition. When the Kundalini passes through Agya Chakra here, this one, the center of Christ, she pushes down both these ego and superegos, which you see the two balloon-like structures. As a result of that, we get a soft bone opened up again, as you had in your childhood, and you feel thoughtless. There's no thought. If you want to think, you can think, but nobody is going on inside all the time. You feel the peace within yourself. And when she pierces through completely, then you feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. And also if this center is all right, you can feel the cool breeze around. As a result of that, the centers, which are like this, we can say, the centers which have moved because of our left and right movement on the sides and have broken the connection with the whole, again go back to their original positions and they get nourished. And the energy that was exhausted in them starts flowing. That's how our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual being is corrected.
We can close our eyes for a few minutes and bring our attention to this limbic area that Shri Mataji spoke of. And settle our attention slightly above our head, where this connection happens between our Kundalini and the divine. Let us sit for a few minutes to absorb the words of Shri Mataji, to absorb the vibrations. And whenever you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, and we will continue the program with a song that our family offered a few years ago for Sahaja Yoga New Year seminar. And the song is called Kundalini Rise. Put your hands on your lap, open, palmed, and enjoy. now that our Kundalini is fully activated, we will now offer a song that has to do with today's topic, which is about pure attention. So the video will be played shortly after this.
Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to silence the mind. Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to see all the beauty behind. To cool down with ice, our liver is nice. It brings us from right to the center. That little ice pack brings us back on the track. It's a miracle that Mother has done. Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to stay in the light. Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to stop a ridiculous fight. To cool down with ice, our liver is nice. It brings us from right to the center. That little ice pack brings us back on the track. It's a miracle that Mother has done. Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to silence the mind. Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed. See all the beauty behind.
And with that, let us bring our attention back inside and gently close our eyes and try to bring us back into a state of thoughtless awareness. So let us bring our attention to this mothering energy within us, our Mother Kundalini, at the bottom of our spine, and ask her from your heart, Mother, please rise within me through all of my energy centers, and please connect me to this all-pervading power of God's love. She is your own mother, nurturing you, nourishing you as she moves up your spine through the different nerve plexus up to the top of your head. She rises strand by strand, and eventually, through your meditation, through your desire, she becomes a thick rope of energy shooting out at the top of your head and showering you with divine vibrations, with coolness all around you, above your head, over your body, on your hands. Mother Kundalini, it is you who corrects us. It is you who loves us. It is you who corrects our attention. Please, Mother Kundalini, establish and purify our attention so that our attention is only on the divine. Mother Kundalini, we do nothing. Everything is done by you. You are the doer, and you are the enjoyer. Mother, we are not these thoughts. We are not our emotions. Please help us to become the pure spirit. Mother, please help us to become the pure spirit. Because when we are the pure spirit, we are one with you. We are one with the divine, and we are one with God Almighty. Shri Mataji, you are the supreme source of this love, the supreme source of these divine vibrations. And we thank you humbly for this experience, for this connection with the divine. We can slowly open our eyes and we can raise our Kundalini and take the Bandhan. So now that Viraj take over with a few announcements.
First of all, thank you everyone for joining us this evening on this small journey towards a wonderful meditation. We hope you felt the benefits of purifying our attention. Just wanted to remind you that as part of session 7 on deepening the silence, the next workshop is on Sunday, and it's titled The Job of a Yogi. And as we all know, the most important aspect of that is to emit love, and so the attention plays a very important role in that. Also wanted to remind everyone that on the weekend of August 5 to 7, as you all know, we have the Intermediate Sahaja Yoga Seminar in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. And this is a great opportunity to meet your fellow meditators. If you live anywhere nearby or within close distance, I encourage you to make the time to be there. One of the benefits of being at the seminar is it's close to the home that Shri Mataji built and lived in New Jersey for many, many years. And you'll have the opportunity to feel the immense vibrations that just emit from that home, that area, that have been established by so many Sahaja Yogis, meditators like us that have sat on those grounds in that home to meditate, and just Shri Mataji's presence establishing a strong vortex of vibrations right there. So highly encourage everyone to make that trip if you can. As always, if you'd like a mentor, please express the interest in the chat. And if you came in late or if you missed this session, the recordings are available for you on the website listed and in the chat as well. If you speak Spanish and need a Spanish speaker, we have the opportunity to use one of the breakout rooms in Espanol and get any questions you may have answered as well. If you'd like one-on-one time to chat with an experienced Sahaja Yoga teacher, please also express that interest in the chat, and we'll go ahead and arrange that for you as well tonight. But in conclusion, once again, thank you from our hearts for joining us on this small journey, and we'll end in silent meditation with some music.